Alright, so I guess it's time for a plant update. I did this video earlier, but never uploaded it, so I'm going to do it again now because we're a little later in the season, and there's kind of more stuff to show now. So here's the European larch. Most of its leaves are falling off. We have this interesting situation where it got all the leaves yellow and falling off in the center first, and then it slowly worked its way out to these outside needles, which are still pretty green, and they have been like this for a really long time, and so was the apex, but like last week it started turning yellow, so this stuff will probably fall off pretty soon. Dawn Redwood, this is a deciduous tree, but it's still green, so I don't really know what's going on. In the past, my larches and Dawn Redwoods used to defoliate at the same time. It'd be a nice yellow color and orange color, but it's almost December and it's still green, so I don't really know what to tell you. We're getting some orange in here, so it's probably going to be, I don't know, maybe a situation where it just turns orange really rapidly in like a day or two, and then the leaves fall off a day or two later instead of this gradual transition. I don't really know why, but that's kind of where we're at, so we'll see what happens. The bald cypress is pretty orange though. This is how I was expecting the Dawn Redwood to be by now. Very nice coloration. We still have some green on it, so it looks pretty cool. And then, of course, we've got this situation where the branches by the fence didn't grow so much, but the ones out here did, so we're probably going to have to dig this up next year, plant it somewhere out in the open, or maybe in a container. I don't know, I just can't have it growing by the fence because we're going to have branches all on one side, and that's going to look really bad. So here's the swamp container one. Also green at the top, but it's losing all the lower leaves down here. I'll probably bring all these into the garage pretty soon. Just haven't gotten around to it because they're still, you know, they still have green material on them, so I figured I'll leave them outside until it's really, really cold. I'm probably not going to use the heating cables like I did in the previous years because I had them outside when I lived in Carbondale, southern Illinois, and they survived the winter without it. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll have to see how cold the temperatures get. Of course, here's the pine. It's got a nice dark green color now. I just kind of let this sit out here. Haven't really looked at it for the past couple of months. Next year I'm gonna try and do some styling on it. These lower branches though, I don't know about that. I'm gonna bring it into the Chicago, I don't know, the Botanic Gardens got those Bonsai Club meetings, or I think they have one in downtown Chicago too, so I'm gonna have to have somebody tell me what the best method for this is, because at least with the deciduous stuff now, like how I was always saying, now that the leaves fall off, I can kind of take a look and plan, okay, I should wire, you know, this one like this, have, you know, these buds grow and kind of get a good idea of what I'm doing. With pines, I don't know, so I'm gonna have to let somebody else do that for me. Here is the Japanese larch. Lost pretty much all its leaves, except the needles up here are still a little bit green. I guess the branching structure isn't, you know, too terrible. So I don't know, we'll see what we'll do with that next year. Sarracenia, this is, I think, Leucophylla Hurricane Creek White. Well, I know for sure that's what it is. I'm gonna probably bring it inside soon so it doesn't freeze too much. The other ones here I'm probably gonna leave outside all winter, maybe, I don't know. We got the, I think, Dana's Delight, Purpurea, and then that's a Leah Wilkerson Purpurea hybrid. We've got that red bug, Sarracenia there. I should probably repot it soon. And then 3 ginkgo bilobas, which have almost defoliated, leaving them outside. I've got my new Orthalicus terrarium here too. This is gonna be nuts. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my room. Assortment of snail terrariums and stuff here. Hard to maneuver. Okay, but here we have the mangroves, and I only have one of these lights above them. It's a 2-bulb fluorescent light. Very close to the foliage here, but I mean, there's not much I can do. Oh well, it doesn't seem to burn it, so it's fine. They're doing okay. The ones down there obviously get less light, so they're a bit crappy right now. This black mangrove has been doing pretty fantastically, but it's right next to the grow lamp. That one, the white mangrove, it defoliates every year because I have really crappy light conditions, so what I'm gonna do is buy a second one of these and then get another spotlight today, put it on the other side of that, probably buy a third one, put it somewhere over here. I have to produce a lot of light and it sucks, so I'm gonna have to go spend lots of money on these grow lights. Here's I think that paintbrush plant. The lower growth here is kind of shitty. We have one big growth here that's by the light, so it's doing okay. Assortment of bromeliads and sea grapes, they're doing okay, kind of surviving. They don't really have any good color on them, but I guess that's fine. Plumeria, kind of want to throw them out because I don't really like them that much anymore. It's about to flower too. I'd probably keep the candy stripe one if I could, but I don't remember which one it is, and I lost all the labels, so I don't know. They take up space, and I'd want to just put grow lights here, so I don't know. We'll see. This is the Nepenthes Miranda hybrid. I need to water it. I actually forgot to water it once, and it dried out pretty bad. All the leaves started drooping, but it's doing all right now. It's got some new pictures opening up, so it's doing okay. Little mangrove here, not much light, but it's doing all right, so it's all good. Here we have that Mimosa bahamensis under this grow light. It's just doing really shitty. Like, I guess I just need to have like a grow tent and just lights on every side because it defoliated all inside, you know, the inside of the tree. This foliage, I guess it's doing all right. Just, you know, we have good growth by the light, and that's like, you know, 4 inches away from the light, maybe 3. So I'm deciding, do I really want to just buy a bunch of grow lights and screw around with this? I don't know. See, with tropical bonsai, I thought it was going to be a lot easier in terms of lighting, but, you know, I don't know. I just don't want to buy hundreds and hundreds of dollars of grow lights to, you know, grow this stuff. Bonsai from Weigert's nursery, but I don't know. I'll see what I do, I guess. I need to turn on the filter in there too. I kind of let the water level drop, and I turned off the filter because it doesn't function unless the water is high. So I gotta take care of that soon. Also, little mangrove seedlings, never sold them to anyone. Kept them all. They're doing okay, I guess. I mean, for being chucked in a corner somewhere with no light, it's pretty good. Not ideal though. Anyways, we have some more bromeliads here. The sea grape. This vining plant, what was this? I think like a beach, what was it? Beach morning glory. So again, if there's not a lot of light, it's defoliating, but it's surviving, so maybe I'll just like keep cutting these and making cuttings and rooting them in there and just enjoy it in the summertime, I guess. I don't know. Here are those cuttings from Florida, that like succulent type plant. They're still hanging in. I don't think they've rooted yet, but I mean, they look shitty, but I guess they're alive. That other plant, I don't know what it is. It makes like black little fruits, kind of remind me of olives, but I don't know what species of plant that is. Palm trees. Well, we've got like those two, that one, and this one. A few of them died. Again, mites. I have fucking mites everywhere, and I'm really pissed about it because I'm spraying with some mite spray and it's not doing anything, so I'm gonna have to buy a different one. I really hate dealing with mites, and they really kill a lot of my plants. Fly traps, they're doing all right. They sort of have that, you know, low growing rosette now for the winter that I've reduced the photo period. Mexican pings always do pretty good. And if we can go up here to this grow shelf, what I did was I installed 2 of these fluorescent lights, and then I've got most of my sundews in here. So Venusta, where's the label? Because I don't remember. Okay, this is going to be the spatulata. And I think this is the Fraser Island form. Yeah, so that one makes like purple flowers, that one makes white flowers, and they're a little different, I guess. Capensis alba, Capensis wide leaf. So back there we have a little cephalotus cutting, Helianthera minor. This is Drosera andromeda. It's wonderful, very large, interesting plant. It's a hybrid between a Schizandra and a Prolifera, so it looks almost like a Prolifera, except a little bit more colorful, and then the petioles are longer at the base. Variable seedlings, I guess, because they all come from cross-pollinations. I just kind of keep it under the grow lights here with this kind of lid over the saucer. Schizandra terrarium, very foggy. They weren't doing so well, but then what I did was I bought these new grow lights, put some paper on top of the terrarium so it doesn't shine as bright, because everyone says they like low light conditions, but they do really bad in low light conditions for me. Then here we have some Prolifera, which were doing pretty shitty, but they're doing okay now, because I've, you know, new grow lights, of course. I guess here's a better look at the Schizandras. So they just started to get pink tentacles again, because the tentacles were colorless for a while. So I think they're going to be all right. There's a Sarracenia sidicina, and then the, what is that? Drosera intermedia, I think, I hope. And I probably should put them under grow lights soon, so I don't know, I really got to get to the store today. Somebody told me I should put labels in my plants, and I'm always saying, no, I'll remember it eventually. But I guess while making this video, I realize I'm kind of bad at remembering things on the spot. So I should probably label stuff. So here we have 4 remaining plants. We've got the sago palm, cycad. We have the coca-loba, just doing pretty good. Even for low light conditions, I expected to defoliate more, but it's doing okay. Here we have that Mexican cypress. It has some defoliation here. And I don't know if that's from low light conditions or if it's normal, because the other foliage is green. Looks pretty good. I don't know, I'm probably going to move that back into my room and put another spotlight on it, like with those other plants, just to make sure that it survives. And of course, one of my favorites, the cardboard palm. Cardboard cycad, actually, Zamia furfuracea. Doing all right. It's pretty dark in here. I mean, we've got that big window, but I mean, as you can see, they're kind of really in the dark, but probably because it's a cloudy day outside too. It's raining. Usually it's a little more bright in there. And I've had, you know, those 3 in here for multiple years. Not that one. So have to see what happens with it, have to watch it carefully. But most of these, you know, I just water them, very sparse amounts of water, and they do fine. So that's about it. Like I said, I'm going to the store to buy more grow lights. I'll post another update if there's something to do. Probably something with like the bonsai trees in the winter, when I'm putting them in the garage, kind of figuring out if I should use the heating cable or not, and then possibly some stuff about the carnivorous plants. So yeah, that's about it for now.